Well, hello, and welcome to this week's episode of On Deck with Avoya, your weekly travel update. I'm your host, Chris Green, Director of Network Expansion, and we very much appreciate your time today for tuning in. We have a great show lined up for you today. At least we think so. We are so excited to introduce you to one of the most amazing members of the Avoya network, Badonna Birdsong. Badonna is owner of Badonna's Travel World, LLC, an independent agency in the Avoya network. And she's also the first ever winner of the Avoya Travel Flowerfly Award. We look forward to getting Badonna's great insight on the current state of our industry, different ways that she maintains engagement with her client base, and of course, a chance to offer our congratulations on her great award. We look forward to Badonna joining us here in just a couple of moments. It's been another busy week in the travel news, and some of the stories we're following include American Queen Voyages announcing their longest sailing ever, 22 days on the upper Mississippi. We'll have details on that new announcement. Labor woes are causing Princess Cruise Lines more headaches as they are forced to cancel sailings from San Diego. We'll have the latest on that. The Hyatt Corporation reaping the rewards for purchasing the Apple Leisure Group last year as wow. They announced blowout second quarter results. We'll have those details. And finally, a little bit of homegrown news from right here at Avoya Travel that just continues to show just how far the travel industry has come back. All of those stories coming up here in just a moment in our Eye on the Industry feature. We have great news to share about our veterans discount, information on a discount for the upcoming CruiseWorld event in South Florida as ship inspections come back. Yeah, the live ones, not the virtual ones. And of course, all the ways to reach out when you're ready to start the process to affiliate with the #1 host agency in leisure travel. And we're proud that's Avoya Travel. So let's kick off this week's show with some industry insights and our Eye on the Industry feature as we start this week's On Deck with Avoya, your weekly travel update. The popularity of sailing U.S. rivers continues to make huge strides. American Queen Voyages has announced its longest and most comprehensive sailing to date. Next summer, in late July of 2023, the American Countess will embark on a 23-night journey from Minnesota to Pittsburgh, stopping in a new port every day along the upper Mississippi River and the Ohio River, covering a total of 1,772 miles. The cruise visits include Minneapolis, La Crosse, Dubuque, Iowa, St. Louis, Missouri, Louisville, Kentucky, Cincinnati, Ohio, Wheeling, West Virginia. It's really an amazing itinerary. In a statement from the River Cruise Company, the sailing will cover more miles, call on more port cities, and offer the most unlimited guided tours of any itineraries in American Queen Voyages' 10-year history. The first sailings depart Minnesota July 25th and arrive in Pittsburgh on August the 15th. The River Cruise ship will then do the same sailing in reverse. This is found to be a popular offering and shows the strength of the U.S. river cruise market only continues to grow in importance.
Like a swap sail on the 27th of August. They used to have them at the Convention Center in Hearst, and that may be the case, but I just let you know.
Okay. And they sell record albums.
Sorry for the overlap right now. Staffing issues have forced Princess Cruises to cancel 11 sailings on the Diamond Princess out of San Diego. The impacted itineraries are from September to November of this year. Guests impacted by the cancellations can either switch to a different sailing with additional onboard credits, take a future cruise credit, or get a full refund. It's not the first time the Diamond Princess has been in the news. It was the Diamond Princess, of course, that was all over the headlines in February of 2020 when the first major COVID outbreak happened on board, resulting in 700 cases. Great news from the Hyatt Corporation. They're all smiles this week after releasing second quarter earnings. Hyatt CEO Mark Hops-Lamazian called the company's second quarter performance the strongest in the company's history by a significant margin, fueled by record level leisure demand and the company's Apple Leisure Group all-inclusive portfolio. He went on to say that their Apple Leisure Group far exceeded expectations. It was last year that Hyatt purchased ALG for $2.7 billion. Overall, the Hyatt Corporation revenues for the quarter jumped 124% over the prior year to $1.48 billion. And let me tell you, if you love selling all-inclusive properties, Avoya Travel has a very strong and unique relationship with those at ALG, and we generate a lot of live leads for those properties. And we'd be happy to tell you more when you put in that request and get connected with a specialist. And finally, some good news from right here at Avoya Travel. It was reported in Travel Weekly that new affiliates to the Avoya network are up 28% from last year, while requests to be travel advisors in the Avoya network are triple versus this time last year. Adding to the good news, sales from those new to the Avoya network are reported at a whopping 139% above 2021. Quoting Vice President of Network Expansion, Skip Fortier for Avoya Travel, after many people lost or rethought their jobs during the pandemic, they're seeing that pent-up demand for travel and deciding now is the perfect opportunity to become a business owner. And they see affiliation with Avoya as the best chance to take their business seriously. And we certainly agree with that. If you're ready to join in this golden period of leisure travel, make sure you get that request in today at avoyanetwork.com. And of course, we'll be happy to share all of our contact details at the end of today's program. All right, time to transition into my favorite part of the show, our weekly Q&A. And today we have lined up an amazing guest. Badonna Birdsong is a longtime travel professional and amazing business owner, incredibly knowledgeable member of our industry, and also happens to be the winner of the Avoya Travel Flowerfly Award, the very first winner of that, which we'll get into here in just a moment. Badonna has been kind enough to give us some of her precious time to discuss all things travel, and we very much appreciate that because we all know time is money, especially as strong as sales are right now. So let's welcome in our special Meet the Network guest for On Deck with Avoya, Badonna Birdsong, owner of Badonna's Travel World, LLC. Badonna, it's so great to have you on the show today.
Thank you, Chris.
Absolutely. Badonna, before we jump into our main topics, I just wanted to add my voice and congratulations for winning Avoya Travel's first ever Flowerfly Award. Must have made you very happy and very proud to receive that honor.
Yes, Chris, it was. I am humbled by the honor. I'm super grateful to have received this award. It is a feel-good award, and I look forward to sharing this platform with future Flowerfly recipients.
Now, for those that don't know, the goal of the Flowerfly Award is to recognize a member of the Avoya network who best represents the integrity, the professionalism, and the character that defines the essence of the Avoya travel community. So again, congratulations to Badonna, and naming Badonna as our first ever winner is really spot on and represents everything that we're trying to do with that award. So Badonna, tell us a little bit about how you got into the travel industry to begin with.
Chris, the story goes like this. Julian is my husband, and we've been married 38 years.
Wow.
So we agreed from day one that we would travel the world together. Each year, we have taken 1 to 2 major vacations, and that did not stop once we started our family. We were the couple that pulled the printed travel section out of the Sunday newspaper and studied it like a major exam for the best deal for our next adventure. We knew how to find those deals. Our friends and families noticed our fabulous trips and wanted in on our deals for themselves, to the point that they literally gave us their credit card information to book their trips.
Wow.
So in 1990, I went on maternity leave and with our first son. And during that leave, we decided that I would not return to corporate America and we would find a business to invest in. During our investigation, we noticed that the home-based travel industry was taking root. A light bulb went off, and because we truly had a passion for travel and planning fabulous trips, we then interviewed several host agencies and selected one, and that was the start of Preferred Travel Source, which is now today Badonna's Travel World.
That's fantastic. And you've been with Avoya for quite some time, right? Well over a decade. And given all the choices that you have, why do you choose as a business owner to remain a member of the Avoya network?
Oh, why not? The Avoya network is our extended family. And a family that plays together stays together.
Ain't that the truth?
So we stay because of the supportive relationships that we have nurtured. Being in the Avoya network opened doors and opportunities that we did not get from our other hosts. My business did a 180-degree turn around from day one and has been successfully growing ever since. Before Avoya, I was very happy grossing $10,000 a month. My first few months with Avoya, I sold a 6,000 one-time crystal cruise from the Avoya Live Leads program. and it has just been uphill from there.
That's pretty amazing. As a follow-up to that, Badonna, what are some of the resources? Obviously, you just touched on Avoya Travel's exclusive live lead program, which is so vital to our network. But what resources that are available to you as a business owner through Avoya Travel do you find really vital to your agency?
Chris, the technology, the agent power platform for booking and invoicing and resources that Avoya has created is one of the successes to our business, running our business. The calendar and the scripts alone are lifesavers for us, especially for keeping up with payments. It frees us up from worrying about keeping up with the after booking details. The invoices that we send out with our picture on it and the details, the trip details, always receive compliments from our clients. They love it. The Marketing Resource Center makes our agency look really good with all the promotional materials that they create. And then the live leads have allowed us to meet very interesting and exciting clients from all over the country as we plan their fabulous vacations. The repeat business we receive from these clients have been our bread and butter for the last 10 years.
I mean, we normally talk about, Badonna, how across the board in the Avoya network, about 60% of an affiliate's gross sales come from those live leads. Long-term affiliates like yourself, and I don't know exactly what your percentage is, but find that that's sometimes closer to 70, 80, 90% even in some cases. So having that steady supply of customers really makes a big difference, right, to the bottom line.
Oh my goodness, it does, it does. And for some years, it was my only source was those live leads. It's like my personal clients went away and the live leads picked up, but now I have a really good mix of both.
Wonderful to hear. What a crazy roller coaster the last few years have been, right? I mean, I guess that goes without stating, but the COVID mess and supply chain issues, airlines canceling and changing stuff left and right. Where do things stand now for you? What are you finding things that are starting to smooth out at all? Or what are you hearing from clients?
Chris, I can happily say that I no longer have any pending future travel credits or tour credits that people need to use. They have all been rebooked or traveled. So now we're working to create our new normal because the past is the past and we have to stop looking back. We have spent a lot of time on the phone calling past guests, doing wellness checks, and just hearing which destinations they're ready to start planning.
Any of those destinations you want to share with us that are kind of creeping up time and again in those conversations, Badonna?
Oh yeah, believe it or not, Dubai has been on the top list of interest. And then Canada, New England cruises has also been on that list. Those are probably the two that we hear. Dubai is probably the number one that I've been hearing a lot of lately.
Does that surprise you? Does that kind of fit in with what you would expect coming through on the back half of something that's been so life-changing like this COVID crisis?
Very surprising, very, very surprising. So I'm gonna have to educate myself on Dubai. Of course, put a trip together and take it myself.
There you go, right? That sounds like a win-win combination right there. We're discussing today with Badonna Birdsong, owner of Badonna's Travel World LLC. She's our featured Meet the Network guest today. Very honored to have her on our show. Badonna, if you were mentoring someone that was new to the industry, what piece of advice might you offer so they could kind of get a head start?
If you have the passion, make sure you have the passion for this business. This is not an easy business, but it's a very rewarding business. Once you're in, experience the products. Julian and I keep our suitcases packed. Clients love it when you can tell them, yes, I have been to that destination. Yes, I have stayed at that resort. Yes, I have traveled that cruise itinerary. So you have to stay on top of all of the ins and outs by experiencing it yourself. Stay open to the continuous education. There's a lot of changing parts to this travel industry, and you have to know what's going on, because if you don't, you can believe that your client will. And if they sense that they know more than you, they'll frown upon you about that. And network. Chris, did I mention network? Network with your Avoya family through the Zoom calls, the fam trips, the travel conferences. I'm looking forward to seeing new and old faces at the upcoming Avoya conference on the Celebrity Beyond in November.
Absolutely. Should
Also
be a great
connect
date.
with your suppliers, your hotelers, through these FAMs, these educational trainings, these local events in your local area. They all have open door policies and they're ready to share their product with you. I always say, wake up with determination, go to bed with satisfaction, and give each day your best effort.
You know, one of the themes that you've hit on a couple of times that really resonate with me is how it's clear, Badonna, that you manage your business out the windshield and not the rear view mirror, right? You understand that in the travel industry, change is constant. You have to be forward thinking. You have to be open to change, and then keeping your finger on the pulse of that change makes a big tangible difference, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Oh, that is definitely the case. You know, we look forward to things like, I love groups, love groups. And so I'm always looking for something that I like so that I can share with other people. Just like we do things like this. Last month we put a trip together for us to go visit Costa Rica because we've never been there. So what do? We put it together. We put the details in an email, send it out to our client base, ask them to join us. So just looking from last month, we got 26 people joining us on this Costa Rica. So to answer your question, back to the other question about what destination people are interested in, Costa Rica must obviously be on the top there too, because people just immediately, I had no problem getting people to join us on this. So Costa Rica is on that list as well.
Makes sense. It's such a country that has so many varied experiences, right? If you want to do the beach thing, you can certainly do the beach thing in Costa Rica. But if you want to go and explore the amazing volcanoes and the interior and the jungle, and I mean, shoot, I didn't get the email. Maybe I need to get on that list. So next time I get that invite, you know what I'm saying?
You know, an interesting fact on that was we looked at the excursions, and almost all of the excursions that we wanted to enjoy had a age limit of 65. And this group that I'm taking is averaging from the age of 65 to 78. So I'm having to get very creative on offering them some excursions.
Yeah, I can see that. Absolutely. I think I kind of know the answer already, and it's kind of a setup, you know, considering you said that your suitcases are always packed, but
always.
When you step away from the agency for some free time, what kind of things does Badonna Birdsong like to do to keep busy and have some fun?
Chris, we love using our passports. We're empty nesters now, and the world is open to us. We work very hard running our business, and on our free time, we're just looking for a destination to go to. That is our chill time. We find some place that we can go and just do nothing, because we've traveled a lot in our 38 years. So we've seen a lot. So sometimes we just repeat a destination just for relaxation and to catch up with each other. We do vision retreats with each other. Our sons live in Sioux Center, Iowa, and Austin, Texas, which give us our non-passport destinations to visit and play with our grandchildren.
That sounds pretty exciting. I mean, we all know that travel is such a great benefit of being in our industry. And of course, I've been lucky enough to be on several trips and events with you and your husband, Julian Birdsong, who I have to say he's my favorite cowboy fan. And for me, that's saying something. I'm not a big cowboy fan normally, but I do like your husband a lot. I always enjoy the time that we share together. But what about for you? What are some of your favorite trips that you've been fortunate enough to take in this industry?
Chris, let me get this straight first. Julian actually has two favorite NFL teams.
Okay.
The Chicago Bears is his number one, and whichever team is playing the Cowboys
Oh, he doesn't like the
Number two.
Cowboy. Oh, I have it wrong. I thought he was a Cowboy fan. Shoot, no wonder I like the guy. Okay.
Anytime you see him at conferences or anything, he always has a blue or orange hat on. He is a Chicago Bear fan.
Don't tell him I faux pas then, right? I want to keep him as my friend.
So our favorite trips so far have been, we took Avoya Awards, the best of the best, which was $1 million in sales at the time. And we did a Crystal River cruise. And that was by far one of the best trips that we have ever taken. I can't even tell you the itinerary. I could just only tell you about the experience. It was so nice. And then being that we love groups, we took a group on a 21-day Australia and New Zealand cruise with Royal Caribbean, along with Hyatt Resorts. And that was fantastic. And right when COVID hit, we were in the midst of a 21-day Splendor of South Africa tour with Globus. So we got to the last 2 days of our tour, could not go into Zimbabwe. They told us that if we went in there, they couldn't get us out. So we just stayed in Johannesburg and took our flights back to the US. So we have to go back and finish that trip, but it was fabulous. And then Jamaica is our favorite Caribbean island. That was the first tour Caribbean place that we went to our first year of marriage. And we have repeated that destination about 20 times and not repeating the same resort, but only once.
Here's a question that I didn't kind of send this one ahead of time when you and I were doing our pre-chat, but when you travel and you go to a new destination, Badonna, how much of that is through the eyes of being a travel professional? And how much of that do you see as just a person who has a passion for travel? Are you able to mix both in when you travel?
I am now. Before it was 100% through the eyes of a travel agent, because I would get there and I would want to go see every resort, and this is my vacation, but I want to go see every resort, talk to as many people as I can. And now I focus on being immersed with the destination, and I spend maybe the first day just getting the travel business out of the way. I'll set up hotel inspections and go see them. And then after that, I am just immersing myself into the destination.
Nice. It's nice that you've been able to find that balance so that, travel still remains fun. Mm-hmm. As we come out of the COVID situation, and of course, knock on wood that's really true, are you finding that clients are looking to make up for lost time, and maybe the adventures that they're seeking are next level, that they're not waiting to take those big kind of trips, but now they want to just say, you know what, I'm not going to take a chance. I'm going to knock this off the list while I can.
Oh, yeah. I think the travel in the business is really going to be bigger than ever. And I think we're going to see that in 2023. People are really excited and anxious to get back to traveling. And the good thing about it is a lot of them still have their travel budget from 2 years ago that they didn't get to use. People are excited to begin traveling. Most importantly, I think they're going to reach out to travel advisors to plan their fabulous vacation. During COVID-19, we proved our worth to clients by staying on top of all the changes, the refunds, the travel requirements. We travel agents rock. We make trips memorable for our clients, and we make travel dreams a reality.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said that better myself. Badonna, one last question before we let you go. And you kind of answered it a few seconds ago, but I just want to follow up and go in a little deeper. But what's your thoughts on the future of the travel business? Do you think our industry is in pretty good shape? And why do you remain excited to be part of it?
Oh, I am not retiring anytime soon. And we have made it through this, and we're going to continue through this. But travel is just exciting. People just love adventures. People love getting out of the rut of their day-to-day work adventures, and they're just ready to do something different. And so cruises are exciting to people. Land packages are exciting to people. Exported tours. People are just excited to travel. Everybody's getting their passports, and they want to see their, the little stamps in their passports. people are just ready. If people are just ready, get ready, agents. We our phones are going to be ringing off the hook if they're not already.
That's fantastic news. Badonna Birdsong, everyone, owner of Badonna's Travel World LLC, an independent affiliate in the Avoya Travel Network. Badonna, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations again on your award. And I look forward to catching up with you and Julian in the near future. Julian and I can go hate on the Cowboys together. How's that?
Yes. Thank you, Chris.
My pleasure. Thank you so much. Next week, what a special treat we have for you is one of the members of the Avoya Travel Senior Leadership Team. Daniel Rugo, Senior Vice President of Business Intelligence, will be joining us to help break down the numbers and discuss why now really is the perfect time to get into the travel industry. Remember, the numbers don't lie. And if your host or franchise is not actively discussing business intelligence, sharing that information with you, then you really need to tune in, because we believe we have a better way towards success. And that's going to be next week, Thursday at our normal time, 2:15 Eastern, 11:15 a.m. Pacific time. You can do the math if you're in the other time zones, right? So great news as far as our veterans discount that we've had. It's been overwhelming, and we're certainly honored and proud to be having this conversation with so many veterans and their spouses. And not only, well, two things. One, we've extended the time frame. We've kind of left it open-ended. So if you're a veteran and you're looking to affiliate, we have that $100 off our affiliation fee. And we've also extended this now to the spouse of the veterans, because we know that they serve together. So if you're a veteran, if you're the spouse of a veteran, the spouse of an active duty, military personnel, again, that promotion is available to you. Reach out. My team will be more than happy to discuss details and get everything set up for you. Also, another exciting thing. Guess what? Ship tours are back at CruiseWorld. CruiseWorld's going to happen in November down there in Fort Lauderdale at the beautiful convention center. They've just redone that convention center, November 2nd through the 4th. And if you sign up right now, there is a $25 off the current registration fee. Use code AVOYA, AVOYA. But yeah, ship inspections are back, not the virtual kind, the chance to get out there. I think you can sign up starting the 15th for the ship inspections. It's on a case-by-case basis. So if you haven't made your plans yet to be at CruiseWorld, we certainly hope you make that decision soon. Again, use that Avoya code, save the money, and get back on board and check those ships out. All right. We just want to take a second and highlight the fact that Avoya Travel has the best-in-class resources for those that are new to the industry or those that are experienced. And we would love to share details. We would love to answer your questions. We'd love to see if this is a good fit for you. So please get that request in today. Get connected with an affiliation specialist and see if Avoya Travel and our unique network, our shared success business model, is something that makes sense for you. So how do you get a hold of us? Well, it's pretty simple. You can always go to our website, avoyanetwork.com. You can send an email to me personally at chris.green@avoyatravel.com. Pick up the phone, give us a call. Again, we'll get you connected with an affiliation specialist, and together you can put together a file and we'll get you in the Avoya network here, lickety split. Wow, what a great episode. Badonna Birdsong, thank you again so much for your time and that wonderful insight. You can see why Badonna is such a successful travel professional in our network. Again, thank you to Marissa and Annabella from Trade Marketing for doing an amazing job in producing our show. We look forward to having Daniel on next week and crunch the numbers. Until then, take care, everyone.